Okay, you guys all have a choice. You guys are technically...
Wait, I was the only person that had to jump out of the way of that?
Yeah, he wasn't actually... Nobody was inside the barn except for you and Hans.
Oh, damn.
So Hans is now in the pit with the Rat King.
Okay.
But
And so is Killian.
Wait, did the guy, one guy in front of me attack me yet?
No.
Say again?
There was one guy in front of me still, right?
Yes,
did he
he attacked you. When that happened, he took off running.
Oh, okay.
So yes, you're right. He was attacking you, and then when the plane thing fell down, he took off running.
Did the plane, is it on top of the rats? Is it pinning them?
No.
It's a wing, so it's only part of the wing.
Yes, it's only it is an entire wing.
Oh, it seems.
So
It
two
has
engines on it?
3.
And Killian's still there. I still have everything still in place as far as that goes.
Yeah, so this giant Rat King. It's a ball. It's like a ball of rats. It's maybe 50 feet across.
And what kind of weapon does Killian use?
Killian has a 6-shooter. This is giant size, so you can't. You need to create advantage on it before you can hit it. You don't, but everybody else does because you still have your 2 shots. So, as it crawls over and the Rat King rolls up into a giant ball and rolls over one of the guys who was chasing you. He's like running towards the wall. He's trying to climb up the wall as the Rat King slams into the wall, and the rats kind of like dissipate, but only as far as their tails will let them. And then you hear him screaming,
And me and John could just blow his brains out. If that was the boulder coming after me, like, this is too much.
As the Rat King kind of like scurries off, and you see like this skeleton, but it has chunks of meat on it and guts pouring out.
Just like critters.
Kind of just like critters, yeah. Rat King.
And do I see him yet?
Wait, it left?
No, it's there.
Oh, I was
This
like, wait, it
thing's-
just went off, rolling off? Alright, great.
No, it's kind of
was
stuck in
terrifying.
this pit.
Oh, I see.
So the barn kind of collapsed. The floor of the barn collapsed in on itself.
Yeah.
There's still the
it's
whole.
like a crater. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. And then there's this like
Dude tried
maybe
to scurry
20
up the
feet
side.
down. Say
The
again.
guy probably tried to scurry up the side, and then
Correct.
the Rat King's like,
So bad guys are in there fighting the Rat King. Well, one of them's dead.
how many are left?
There is 4 plus Killian. Where are my
Yeah, 'cause
dice?
one ran away and one died, correct?
One ran away. One died. 3 plus Killian. Thank you.
I
One
was
ran
gonna say
away.
there was 2 guys at me, and they both ran away, didn't they?
No, there was 3 guys at you. 2 of them went back into the barn to go after Killian.
that's
One was still
right,
fighting you, and he
that's
took
right,
off.
that's right.
There was 2 on you, so 4 fell down. 1 just got gobbled up by the Rat King.
Right.
Where the hell did my other dice go? I had 4 of them.
Oh, what was it, a regular 6-sided?
No, I think I freaked out when I spilled my drink, and now I don't know where I put my dice. There they are. Okay, cool. All right, gents. So, what do you guys do?
Have I seen anything yet? Or
You
just-
saw the floor of the thing collapse and smoke billow out, like dust and
And
something.
then so I didn't hear anybody like screaming or anything like that?
Yes, you heard
You
this.
heard it.
You heard a blood-curdling scream as somebody got eaten alive by
you probably.
ravenous rats.
What does someone getting eaten alive sound like? You heard that.
Yes.
Well, I'm 100 feet away in heavy rain. I don't.
Yes,
tell
you
me I
hear
heard
that.
it. Okay.
Drive by.
Yeah, he drives by. He's like, "Fuck that shit." Drives off. Not dealing with
Be
that.
the hero, Grass
You're
Valley
on this
needs.
crazy on
Drive your van, all your explosives, drive the car straight into the Rat King, blazing, shooting through the windshield. Fucking rats!
It's a piece of me that really loves that.
Me too, actually. But anyway.
And then Victor's dead, and we have a shrine. We build a monument to him in the next
Heroes-
adventure.
I don't know if you've
The
noticed
fucking hero of Ragnarok.
I don't know if you've noticed that the heroes of Ragnarok all died. We didn't get to that scene. Damn it.
The legend of Ragnarok.
Can I drive with my cast?
Yeah. You have a working foot?
You can drive the cast.
I guess you could see in a cast funky though.
Then
I mean, it's not great.
I am gonna drive up.
You wouldn't want to be the getaway driver.
No.
That's true. I guess you probably drive the main.
Are we still in?
I'm gonna drive
Are
kind
we
of
still
up
in?
like this.
Okay.
Are we still in battle? Whatever.
We're gonna redraw because you
Oh,
guys are
okay.
technically out of battle.
Oh, okay.
Sheriff's gonna hit the old dusty trails.
Okay, you drive up and you can see the king.
Okay, I'm going to use an Uber round on him.
Oh man, that's what I got last time.
How am I
Exact
first
same.
again? God.
You go, bad guys go. You and you. Okay, so what do you do? Skeeter?
So, yeah. So, I can still, I mean, there's nothing, I can still use my stunts, correct? Just because I use them on
Yeah.
Killian, that doesn't, like, limit,
No,
it's not like
you can still use your
ammo or
stunts,
something like
but
only.
remember they're against humans.
It's true.
You used it on the Sasquatch the last time. Remember, you made him think that there was a meteor that was gonna hit him. Didn't he?
I think I did it at a penalty. 'Cause it was a crit.
Well,
Yeah, and you were gonna do the same
But
to me if I tried to.
I can go directly after the Rat Man, and that would be different than the Rat King, correct?
It's one and the same, isn't
Or
it?
is it the
Yeah,
same?
they are one in the same.
just at
so
the
it is
center.
essentially the same entity.
Correct.
Okay.
For all intents and purposes, yes.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
You could try to affect the rat man, but I would have you do it at a deficit, because he's, I mean, technically has human DNA. Not that you would know that. Hans does.
Not
Hans
that,
told
not,
us.
not that we would know that.
Right, more stuff that you wouldn't know. Player knowledge, character knowledge. Yeah.
Hans told
So
us
if I
that.
have
What? That they have human DNA? Yeah, he did. You're right.
if I have control of Killian, then would I be able to know of anything in this barn that I could utilize, or in the house
Okay,
that
sure.
I can send? Because if I'm in Killian's head and I can control him, I would assume that I then know what.
Probe his mind. So make me a lord check.
Probe the rat man.
Probing Killian.
Why was the
You-
rat man underneath
Plus
Killian's
6.
barn? That's what I want to know when this is done.
Well, I'm probing Killian's mind. I got a plus
Very
6.
interesting.
Say again?
Plus 6.
Okay, so you are probing his mind, and what you feel right away is pain, and you see a wound on Killian's leg, and Killian, and you have this memory that you see of Killian at the Richardson's house, and he had broke into the Richardson's house and had them at knife point, and was trying to steal all their shit, when this giant ball of rats ate through the back end of the house, and he was barely able to escape with his life, but he took a claw gash on his leg from the rats, and he was able to escape. That's why he knew that the Richardson's farm was empty and was able to send Robbie, yeah, excuse me, up there to steal. But his wound is infected, and it's oozing this kind of green, sickly pus.
And there's no
the band-
hive mind connection kind of thing going on with all these.
No, well, you don't know what's going on with the rats, but you do know that the pus hurts and it smells. But the other thing that I will say is the barn itself is really weak, and the barn itself is really weak, and he has stored up in the rafters of it. He stored steel rebar.
Stored steel.
I'm waiting for you to say, I run into the Rat King and make a melee.
No, no, I'm not. Well, if I did that, it would be Killian's body that I would be sending in to do that.
No.
Not
Rain of
mine.
Fire.
You both heroic.
Yeah, Rain of that movie's so fucking
What
good.
movie?
Rain of Fire with the dragons.
My favorite part is where he goes, ah, you go, plunk.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's an interesting concept, but it's
It is.
where they dig in London. They're digging, and they dig deep enough, and they find a dragon, and they awake it. It's a female dragon, and so she flies out of the pit. And then 10 years later, basically, the apocalypse happens. The dragon goes, lays a bunch of eggs, and then hatches a bunch of other dragons, and then they eat everything in the world. And so it's
They eat ash.
ash.
Yeah, that was the stupidest part.
Thing they do,
The reason they burn everything is because it makes their food.
Oh, right.
But I'm like, wow. So we hit them with nukes, and that turns everything to ash, and so they just proliferate.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
It's an interesting concept. It's a game concept. It's the sort of thing that we would sit around and play a game about.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you do?
Alright, so the barn is weak and he's stored a bunch of rebar up there. Steel rebar. Get that connection. Anyway,
I am telling you.
No, I know.
There's a reason why I'm telling you.
I know there's a reason, obviously. Old Skeeter's just not connecting the old dots there.
That's fine. That's fine.
He's probing around in Mr. Killian's mind. That's it. I'll just go up into the rafters and see what's what then. With the steel rebar.
Run away.
You're gonna climb. You're gonna try and climb up into the rafters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, you start doing that. You don't need to roll. You go on the outside of the barn and you're climbing up. There's like a little ladder that goes up, and you peek your head up in there. And yeah, there's a bunch of steel rebar in there. That's you're probably 40 feet up in the air. You're 40 feet, so the pit goes down 20, and then the barn itself is up another 20. So you're about 40 feet up, and you're right above. Do you actually go into the rafters? Or are you on the outside?
No, I saw what I want to see now. I'm going to get down if I can.
Okay. I will say that as you get up there, you feel the barn going. The floor is gone, and the barn is kind of swaying. All right, so bad guys go. Rat King.
What about me?
What?
What about me?
No, you don't get to go. You go
me,
5.
bad
What
guys,
about
him,
Hans?
Oh, I thought they went.
Oh
already.
yeah, what about Hans?
Hans,
No,
last
I
time you
haven't
let
got that
Hans
far yet.
go
Okay,
first.
sorry.
I
I thought we were
took
on
way
the-
too long with my shit.
I thought we were still on the tail end of that. All right.
I want to know. I want to know. What
I was just
friend
testing
does.
you. All right.
Hans.
Dear friend.
The Rat King is going towards Hans. Actually, is going to attack Hans.
No.
No.
Let's see, what does he do?
As a player, I'm rooting for Hans to win.
As you see the Rat King.
He's a Nazi fuck. But as a player, I love Hans.
Okay, the Rat King's kind of swarming about, and you see like this projectile of like 3 rats that are tied together with their tails, and they start running towards Hans. As Hans is actually on top of the airplane, the wing is like on the other side of the pit. So think of this pit as kind of like rectangular. He's on one corner with the plane, and Hans is sitting there with the propeller.
Plane? I thought it was just a wing.
Wing, sorry.
Okay.
And he's messing with the engine.
You're still fucking with that.
And he pulls out 2 wires and goes bzz, bzz, and the propeller starts going as the rats come running into it. And splatter rats. All right, cool. So Hans deals with that. Then Killian goes. Oh wait, no, you get Killian's action. What do you want to do with Killian's action?
Has Skeeter gotten down yet?
Yeah, Skeeter's gotten off. Yeah.
Okay.
Got off
Good.
on the Rat King.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't still 40 feet in the air.
It's gonna take
You're
a lot
gonna-
more
Gross.
hands.
A lot more hands. Needs 40 hands to get that one.
That creative aspect on the Rat King called
So
40 hands.
So I'm assuming Killian would have an axe or some kind of.
He's got his gun, his little 6-shooter.
No, I mean in the barn he must have like an axe or a sledgehammer or something, right? In the barn.
The floor of the barn has all collapsed down into the pit. There might be something in the muck, yeah.
I mean, well, I was just thinking he would just start going to every major structural point and start.
He's 20 feet down in the pit, so he can't really do anything.
Oh, he's in the pit too. I thought he was still up above. I thought he didn't drop down.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a little different then. Holy fuck. So, I just have a 6-shooter. 6-shooter won't do anything with this kind of. I mean, not without there being something else happening to the creature, right?
Correct. He might be able to, what could you use him to do that'd be helpful to the team? Might be detrimental to Killian, but helpful to the team.
He's a dick anyway.
He has good intentions.
Does he?
So,
I think so.
here's Killian. There's the propeller blade here, and the Rat King's there, where it's the.
No, it's the opposite.
orientation.
Opposite way. Rat King is on one end, Killian's in the middle, propeller's on the other side.
Oh, so I'm in between the two.
No, you're on the Rat King side, but you're above on the pit, so you're looking down. You, Rat King, Killian, Propeller.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what I meant. Killian was.
He's right in the middle.
He's in between the Rat King and the Propeller.
Right, because you're thinking that you're him. Yes.
Uh, well, I suppose I could have Killian shoot at the Rat King, see if it pisses him off to charge or something.
So you're trying to create the aspect of distracted?
Well, I was trying to get him to charge, so I guess would that be distracted?
Sure. Let's say you're creating the aspect of charging Killian, which will allow you a free invoke of it next time. Make me a. What is Killian doing to get him to charge him?
Shooting at him.
All right. Go ahead. Make a shooting roll and tell me what you get. You're not rolling. You're not rolling lore for this one. You just tell me what you roll.
+2.
+2. All right. Killian pulls out his gun and he unloads all 6 rounds to get the Rat King to do Rat Ball. And
I hope Rat Ball is a stunt on his character.
it is.
Yes.
It
He's
is.
sick.
And Killian gets
Love it.
Killian gets a fate point whenever he does it. So Killian needs to make a dodge action.
Wait, Killian's getting a fake point?
He would, yeah. I'm gonna
For being a badass?
No, for Rat Ball gives the player, because Rat Ball stops you from making your attack, so it happens during the middle of your attack.
Oh,
So he doesn't get to get his attack. The rat basically charges him in a giant ball, critter style. Yeesh. All right, Killian. As the ball of rats rolls right over him.
Like smashes him?
It rolls over him. You can't see. You don't know what happens to him, but he got rolled over.
Or does it go into the other blades or anything?
What, the ball of rats?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Maybe a portion of him or something like that.
I'm gonna have them make
I thought the
an
point was
athletics
on the
check.
back,
Yeah, it is.
Wait,
But
That
they're
was- I
rolling.
mean,
They're
that was
rolling.
That was my whole.
And Killian-
They're rolling towards it. So let me.
Oh, okay.
Well, is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to goad him, so he was standing in front of the propeller, trying to goad the rats into it.
Yes. That's why I want to know my orientation to the propeller, because I was trying to get. That's the whole point of getting the charge.
That I love that, but that seems a little after the fact. That wasn't clear to me.
Okay.
But
I mean, that's what I was going for.
Is that what you're going for?
Sorry. I mean,
That's
I'm
a great.
not-
I know. I love it. That's exactly what you're using the scene, and that's fine. I'm gonna let it happen. I like that. Okay, so you put Killian in front of the propellers and goad the rat to do the rat ball in front of it. So he's gonna run into the propellers at full speed. Nice. As you see the ball of rats run into all 3 propellers that are spinning and just as it shoots rat pulp into Hans's face, it gets blown back into the back of the thing. He's like, oh, gross. The rat ball it's less of a rat ball. It's like a rat half now. As like there's half of the rats are pulling the other half that are all chopped in half, and the Rat King or the Rat Man who's kind of in the middle. His arm is all zipped off, and he's got a big gash on his head. It's fucked up.
Sorry, that's all.
Okay, so the propellers are running. Whose go is it? It's the bad guy still. So, his rest of his thugs.
Yes, I guess. Hans turned it on.
Okay, another one got in the middle of the rat ball, taken out, and taken out. Killing is nowhere to be seen. Okay, so there's 2 more guys who get bowled over by the rat as it runs over top of them. The rat ball is messed up. It's dragging a bunch of half-dead rats and bloodied rats, but it's still kind of scampering about. It's trying to get out of the hole. It's actually what it's doing this turn. Your go.
Does it have an aspect on it of like fucked up? From or have we created any advantage on it, like bloody fucked up? Like did that do anything to it
Yes, it did.
to allow us to?
It has a severe aspect of half gone.
Or diminished presence.
Weight loss. This is fucked up. You guys are funny.
Man, I'm gonna just go to the front of the barn, and what I want to do is I'm gonna shoot at the. I'm gonna try to hit the rat man.
Oh, okay. Sure.
The rat.
And the reason that works, so this is kind of like creating an advantage, is that you are trying to sense a weakness in this, and you're making a called shot. So you go for it. You're going to be at a minus for the shot, but you can make the called shot.
Yeah, and then I might. Well, I'm gonna roll and then see what happens.
Yeah.
Spend a fate point.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, because I'm okay. It's gonna be a minus because I'm specifically.
Yeah, you're targeting.
Trying to hit the weak spot. Okay.
Exactly. But if you do that, that'll be good.
Well, yeah. Let me see what I get, and then we'll see. That's okay. I have a 6. Do I need to spend fate points? Well, let me
roll his dodge real quick. And tell you.
Because I'll.
Sorry. You don't. You hit.
Oh,
okay. So yes, you hit you were trying to shoot him in the face or something?
Yes. Yeah. Somewhere that would cause like grievous harm to him. I was trying to
Kill him.
Kill him.
You hit the.
So far, I've killed no people in this story. Thank you very much. Shot a few people.
It's true.
I'm a little disappointed.
No. That's. I think he's trying to prove a point here. Perfect. Yes, you shoot the rat. And a bullet goes right through the side of its face. Kind of tears it in half. The rat. When you do that, all the rest of the rats at the same time spring out in all different directions and are like trying to like claw and run off, but they can't. So the thing is like paralyzed. It's paralyzed where it's at. Your go. It has the rat has an aspect of paralyzed on it. You'll get to hit that for free next turn.
So I can see it now.
You're driving around.
It has half.
You see the barn going.
Okay.
How did you describe it? Weight loss. It has that aspect.
Diminished
on it, too.
It was
It has the weight loss.
half gone.
aspect on it.
Half gone is the aspect. Half gone and paralyzed.
Okay, so far I've seen him jump up in the rafters, look around, come back down.
Yeah.
Rat ball go around a little bit.
Yeah.
And are there any, since everything, all the floors sort of caved in, are there any like barrels of fuel or anything?
Pay me a fate point and I'll say there are.
And what is their proximity to the
I'm
rat
outside.
thing?
I'm outside.
They're outside. He's
I'm
outside.
outside.
You're actually like driving right past him. Oh shoot, that's too early for that.
Okay.
And I'm at the edge of the pit, essentially.
This is
And
going
I'm not outside. I'm not outside of the barn, correct?
Yes, you're on the outside of the barn.
I am on the
On the
outside.
back. Yeah, you're on the back
I
of the
gotta tell
outside.
my friend.
All right, so do I just shoot the fucking thing in the head,
I give him the
or do I
play.
shoot the rafters?
Why would you shoot the rafters?
There's like tons of steel.
How do you
just
know?
like
You don't know that?
I just saw him go up there.
He didn't tell you.
It doesn't have to.
You knew.
Well, I can see.
I asked him to make a notice check before, and he noticed that the barn is doing this.
I saw. Okay.
So
Uh,
the weight of the barn itself might be enough to crush.
yeah,
the thing.
and when I watch him go up there, I would have seen the fucking steel up there. That's
I
what
am.
I'm saying.
You know what? If you want to make it legit, give me a fate point, and you know it.
All right, I know it.
Yes, you see as you drive past, you have such a keen eye, observational eye. You notice that
Right.
there.
Well, that's true. You would notice any mechanical.
Yeah, there
what I
are
mean.
tons of steel
Sure.
rebar up there.
I don't even feel
Sure.
like it's metagaming. It's definitely my.
You paid me the fate point. It's totally not metagaming. You bought off the GM.
All right.
Win.
Listen,
That's part of the game mechanic.
That is.
So you're
And
fine.
you could even be like, oh yeah, how about that? Pay a fate point. Oh yeah, and I target the diesel fuel that was in there for the tractor.
I was
Exactly.
going to, but now I'm charting the rafters. This
Okay.
is one of my Uber round critters.
So you're gonna try. Yeah, perfect. You're driving. You're shooting from a moving vehicle. So
I only meant to pull up and stop.
you're shooting out of it. Okay.
Because it would take me forever to hobble up to it.
Yeah.
Just yell at me to duck. Just yell at me to duck.
You're a fucking handicap hunter. You just roll up in the truck. Bitch has the radio on, air conditioning.
You see it going like this.
He just rolls down the window. He's drinking his Coke. All right.
There we go.
Oh, man.
Make the shot.
They have that shit.
We have a 5.
You're gonna have to use one of your bigger ones to.
Yeah, Uber.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
Rat
So
ones,
that means you
Uber
only,
ones.
yeah. So you have 2 and 2. So now you have 1 and 2.
1 and 2, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Success. As you roll over and shoot off,
With my sunglasses on.
you blow
You have
up the
sunglasses 'cause
wooden
you're a
pallet
badass?
floor that exists there, and as you see this like rain of like metal rebar just comes, and it like hits into the mud and the ground, and you see rats trying to run, and it pierces some of them. One of them goes right through the middle of the skaven that's sitting in the middle of it. As it's standing there, and the Rat King starts to squeal and die. As most of the rebar pin some of them, you see a few of them that are still alive, but that are attached to it and are trying to escape, but they can't. They're easy to just pick off,
Okay.
one by one if you'd like.
I would like to.
So you go by, just taking them out.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, Rat King is dead. Congrats.
I will say, climbing into the rafters made it all clear. It took that much for me to connect the dots.
Oh, what the rafter was?
Once I climbed up there, I was like, "Oh,
Well,
that's,
I think
they would go in, and
Yeah.
but then I didn't ever get a
I
chance
think
to
we-
actually try and do
I
it."
think your blade thing fucked it up, and that was
What blade thing?
when you had him
Oh,
roll
I
into the
know that
blade.
was badass.
Yeah.
That
Had
was what I
had you
wanted.
not done that, we probably
that
would have had
was
to
what-
kill him that way.
That maybe this is me being a little partial to. I like those sorts of. I like creating settings where you guys can do that kind of stuff instead of getting beat the fuck up. But you know, some
I
of
like
these like next.
But I just need to be more clear about what I was actually going for.
Yeah, just tell me, like, yeah.
Because I didn't know that I could even say it that explicitly. But
Oh yeah, this is a game.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
tell me exactly. Explain to me what you want to happen. That's cool. I mean, we already established, like Han set it up for you that hey, these propellers are running.
Right.
Right.
Well, that's why I was asking, like, what is my orientation of the blades, and that's why I wanted it to charge.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where you're saying okay, and you might.
And assuming that I don't just outright
So
get
for instance,
annihilated by the thing.
you don't know some of the aspects, but it has something. It has animal instinct, ravenous, ferocious, and ball of rats, and then poisonous venom. So its animal instinct and ravenous feeds right into this thing that it would just chase after whatever goaded it, right? So you don't know that, but if you describe to me what's happening, I'm saying, well, it's within its aspect range. Yeah, I'm gonna make the rat do it, and I might give it a fate point. So that way I get an extra roll on
Right.
something, but I might play it right into its aspect.
So we don't know why, but we know that.
But you know you did it right. So you gotta be as explicit as you can with me. You know, I thought he was gonna take the truck and ram it into the edge of the barn and have the barn collapse on it
I
or whatever.
thought about that, or I thought about.
drive to the front door.
Well, that's why I was going to have Killian. That's why I was asking about the sledgehammer or an axe. But I didn't realize he was in the pit.
Yeah, he's in
That
the.
was
He's
like
gonna
my
shoot
first
out.
part. I was just going to have him start, like, whatever the most structural parts were. You know,
Right.
like the main beams, just whack the shit out of it until it starts to fall in.
Right,
That was
right.
my idea, but he was in the pit. So.
Originally, I was going to hit, like a fuel canister or something like that. But that would have fucked up the airplane wing, the whole building, probably killed a couple of you guys.
Yeah, what you did was a better idea of just getting rid of it because they fell on one end where
Right.
the rat is, and the plane's still on this side. So the wing's fine.
Good.
And the only reason it's a little strange for the plane to be running, but it's an action pulp game, and I think it's
Right.
fun. Plus, the idea was that Killian is working on the plane, and he got the engines back up and running, so that cuts down on some of the repair time that you guys are going to have to make a decision of. So now let's do a little cleanup.
I have one question. Would I have been, like I paid you a fate point, it would end up the same, but is that where I would have used my aspect weapon as just perspective? Like looking at those things, like...
You could have, yeah.
Okay.
If you wanted to give me a bonus and say, weapon is exactly.
Okay,
Yeah, you
I'm
could
just
because your weapon is not. You're using a gun and not necessarily its intended use,
Right.
right? So I think
And
that's
my
kinda
whole improvised weapons kind of motif.
Uh-huh. Okay, so a little bit of cleanup. We have you guys have a dead rat king there. You have one.
Can I see who's? I just want to know who made it out.
You have to go down there and search. Right now, it just looks like a muddy mess. It's raining. There's water leaking in, from the sides.
I might not do that.
And we don't necessarily know that it's poisonous, but we could probably infer that it's not.
Well, they're venomous.
Oh,
Did I say venomous? Did I say No, I said poisonous venom.
I'm going to ask,
Well,
where's
you don't
Killian?
like it.
It's venomous.
Shoot,
So
you know
they
what?
have
I'll
that-
go.
The difference between venomous and venom, you have to actually get.
Yeah, into the bloodstream.
Right.
Well,
It's
I'll
poison,
shout
you can-
to see if there's anyone survived. Any of the.
You make a shout down there, and you don't hear anything, but you see an arm raise up out of the muck, and there's like water.
Oh motherfucker! I gotta go down there then.
Okay, you jump into the pit.
I jumped.
You better go down there.
Well,
I
I am going to see if I still have any connection to Killian. See if I still can see anything from his perspective.
Your connection to him is fading away, but you just feel drowning. As you jump into the pit,
to go to that hand to try to pull it out.
you
Do
pull
whatever I
you pull this
need
thing
to
out
do.
of the buck, and it's Killian unconscious as he's coughing up mud and water.
That sucks.
He's still alive, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Yeah,
I try to carry him out of the hole if I can.
yeah. I mean, you're gonna need a rope or something. One of
Yeah,
you guys
try to
can
get some
him out.
help.
Or no, we're gonna leave Benji and him in the pit. I'll take a second thing.
Hans!
Where's Hans?
Hans, get over here!
He's like, I got the plane running. We just
Yeah,
need
I'm
to
going to
touch it
actually
back
be
to
like, that was
Where
awesome.
Where, where is Hans? I haven't heard from
That's
him.
what
told
I
you
yell
if you have
for.
friends here.
Yeah, I yell for Hans to come help me.
Oh yeah,
Hans,
no
get
problem.
down
Let
here.
me 1 second. Let me stop the plane. He turns the propellers off as he runs over there to you.
So I'll go over to the truck.
You both are
and-
like dragging him out of the mud.
Oh, okay.
I say,
was gonna-
Hans, you're a doctor. Fix him.
I was gonna say go over to the truck and see what we can do to help get them out of the pit. Because they're not out of the pit, right?
Yeah, they're in the pit.
Yeah.
I mean, but he wasn't. When you said pulling him out of the muck, that's not pulling him out of the pit. That's
No.
pulling him out of the muck.
Yeah, they're still inside of the pit.
Right.
He is now out of the muck.
Right. Gotcha. So yeah, I'll go over to the truck and see what we got.
Yeah, you got some rope. You can throw it down there and get him up get him up out of there. There's no danger right now, as far as
Yeah.
you can tell. So, I mean, there's no
Well,
rat kings or anything coming at you.
Why didn't they eat Killian?
That's a good question.
That's a good question, but you're in your
Well,
car.
I mean, this is cleanup. I already walked out and was,
So the
Are you
way that it
helping
was
it
explained to me is that Killian was in front of the propellers,
Mhm.
and the rat ball was rolling at it, and
Right.
so he dodged down between the propellers. There's 3 propellers. There's space in between them, so he just went in between them as the rat king ran into the propellers. So
Okay.
technically, he didn't get hit by them, but
And
he did
also-
he did get knocked back and into the mud, and that's where the water went into his lungs.
Also, I was kind of controlling him, and he's got poison in his leg. I think.
He does have poison in his leg and the muck and all that.
So does that mean he's going to become like one of these?
I don't think so.
Wait, they pulled us out. Oh, wait, we're out with Killian?
Yeah,
Oh.
he just pulled you up with a rope.
Oh.
Benji didn't make it. Or your dog didn't make it.
No, is it Atlas? Atlas
Atlas didn't make
Atlas is sleeping in front of the
Atlas
potbelly
is in the back
stove.
of the... yeah. No, I gave you a fate point. He was there.
Oh, he was.
just in the back of the truck.
Doing fuck all.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
next
go,
time remember,
Atlas.
I'm sorry, I totally forgot about your dog too, but he would have given you advance warning of the Rat King. He would have let you know something was up.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, we did that too. You didn't say what I did with Hans, and he snuck off, and so I didn't say that I brought Atlas. So I was like, okay, fine, I didn't bring him.
Yeah, and
If I have to, keep track of Hans, I also have to keep track of my dog, so I was fine with that.
yeah, but I mean, I think we
Could be
can
a
establish
good
that
story
he's
point.
generally with you
Okay.
all the time unless we state otherwise.
Okay.
So I just think of him as a character. So
Okay.
the more
Yeah.
the more life you
I
can give
forgot
to him,
about that too.
the better. So
Just
anyways,
true.
you pull him up. You pull up. I'm up. He's infected. He's cold. He's wet. He's half dead. What do you guys do?
I want to investigate just looking. See if the...
I'm not getting out of the
I'm
truck.
not, Well, I figured out. I stepped out a few steps, and as I was popping the things,
Oh yeah, sure.
so not in the truck, but I didn't go down in the pit.
Let's say, Hans, what's wrong with him?
I want to see if what leads into that pit. How did they get in there in the first place?
Yeah, so there's a tunnel that the water is kind of flowing down into, and you can tell that it is an old mining tunnel. You can see some of the supports that are in there. So this thing chewed through the tunnel and was chewing through and was digging out that hole and chewing through the floor, trying to chew through the floor, when Hans released the plane wing.
So, thinking back to when everyone was attacked in the water, could that have been done by this rat bundle?
It's huge potential, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a potential.
Wasn't too spread too far apart to be.
No, I mean the lake didn't where if it dug a hole like that, it would have been swimming, you know.
I know,
but the rat ball also would not have been as big. Its potential wasn't as big. Remember that when the rats came through the answer is yes to your question.
Okay.
But what I'm getting at is that the Rat King. Okay, so for full disclosure, here's what happened. You people who got bit got infected. The infected stuff released pus, which attracted the rats to them. Well, the rats would come and devour that, but all these rats would pile on top of each other to devour it, which caused them to get all tangled up into each other.
Okay.
So it kept growing in size as they attacked each of these people who disappeared until it got to this unwieldy size.
Got it.
And that's part of why it got stuck in that pit, couldn't get up, because it was too big. So, and that's also why it was underneath the barn where Killian was
trying
at.
to get Killian.
He was trying to get
Well, yeah.
Killian's
Once he mind controlled him, I figured that. So, but-
Killian's essentially dead then.
No, he's still
No.
alive.
I mean,
you guys aren't
well, that's
doing
what I said.
anything to
I
try and
am,
help
I'm
his
saying
ass.
that's what I said. There's like metagaming over here.
Fucked, right? I mean, if he's got the
I say Hans,
green ooze coming out of
what's
his
wrong with him?
He got bit too, and nothing's been attacking him. What
there's
happened?
only a green ooze dripping out of his leg.
No,
as
but
far
why?
as
Well, because I've heard the master race. But
No, there was something very real that happened right after you got
why?
bit.
This has nothing to do with the matter. I'm saying Hans, what's wrong with him? My character is
Oh,
saying this
oh, yeah.
to Hans.
So-
Hans, what's wrong with him?
Oh, Hans says he was bit by the rat. I think he's infected.
Is he going to die?
Well, that really depends on if we get to medical help or not. But I am not
Okay.
a doctor.
He's
I'm a geneticist. I am not a medical doctor.
We gotta take him into town.
That's like asking the man who builds guns to make planes.
That's a little experience.
Yeah, I can do it.
God damn it! We gotta get this idiot into town.
Gotta get him to the doctor.
Chantilly lace had a pretty face and rolling down.
All right, throw him in the fuck in the back.
Wiggling and talk.
Hans, help me put him in the back.
Yeah, same thing.
All right, cool. You guys throw up Hans and here,
Take
lift
it.
him up.
Yeah.
All right,
Never
cool.
mind. Never mind.
What?
Just go. Just say what you're doing.
No,
it's
what are you
fine.
gonna
I changed my mind.
You sure?
Yeah.
Alright,
My character
fine.
was thinking, and then he decided it was well.
No, go ahead.
Fuck it. Okay, so I say get him in the back, and then we do right.
Wait, so wait, are we just leaving this plane
I
wing here?
would rather stay with plane.
I mean,
I don't
Oh
give a
my-
shit.
okay.
well, we don't know. So here's the
I don't give
thing,
a shit
like,
about
there's
killing
got to be.
Hold on, are you Skeeter right now?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
Skeeter.
Oh, you're
I'm
He
sorry,
hates,
I'm sorry.
he hates him.
All right.
Look, I don't care if you take him into town. I don't care if he lives or dies. I'm just saying we shouldn't just leave this plane wing sitting here. I mean, they got it down here. They must have equipment around here to we can pull it out of this pit.
I'd say half those yellow bands are underneath that Rat King. No one's gonna come and get this. I'm gonna take.
You just gonna say you found Killian in the woods like this?
I'm gonna tell him there's a goddamn rat.
Where?
A bundle of rats.
Where?
At Killian's.
Right next to the airplane wing.
You know, it's a crime scene. They don't need to come look.
Look, all I'm
Damn.
saying is I can.
I'm saving this
can
boy.
Look, that's great. I can look around here and I know they must have equipment to move this plane wing because they got it down here. So
Why
I can
don't
do that while
you
you guys are
take
taking.
the one vehicle and we'll stay with the flatbed that originally carried it, and we'll work on
Watch
this.
this idiot.
I
Nice
think
work,
Hans
Hans.
is pretty
Nice work.
awesome right now.
Nice
with
work,
that.
Hans.
So,
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. That's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Killian to the doctor.
Okay,
I'm
so
taking the
Hans.
truck.
So 3 of you stay back. You get Killian in the back, and you take him to Chantilly's.
I reluctantly split the.
You split the party.
I reluctantly
To do-
break the fellowship.
you break
in
the fellowship.
name of the law
Yeah.
and all things that
But
are
you do
just
it.
and
You
righteous.
do it to be heroic,
Well,
right?
you know what? I don't take any guff from these swine. So fuck you.
I'm sorry. I have to.
Fair enough.
If I'm gonna be the sheriff,
I
for
love
better
it. I
or
got
worse.
hero, anti-hero. This is perfect.
Well, my character may have found his calling.
He just wants to eat Chantilly's pussy.
Not if she's a super soldier Nazi.
She's not. Oh, you don't know.
I don't
She's
know.
something.
She is something.
Well, assuming Hans told the truth.
She's a rat king. Is that what you said?
she's the wreck.
She's a serpent.
Maybe she could be a naga. I don't know.
Absolutely.
She could be a naga.
She's
That's
from
what
the moon.
James Earl Jones was. He was a
Oh,
naga.
yeah.
Conan.
In what?
Yeah.
In Conan.
And
Oh,
he
that's
didn't,
right, that's right.
And he was defeated because he didn't understand the riddle of steel. But
That is true. He did not understand the rules.
I have never prayed to you before.
All right, you bring him into town, and get him on the slab. They Chantilly says, "Oh my God, what'd you do to him?"
He fell.
You're not there.
I know.
I point at his oozing green pus bite marks on his leg. Right? Presumably we can see that.
Insect bite.
Well, I imagine it's huge, right?
She's like, "Hold him down.
And I say, I didn't do that.
Hold him down."
Okay.
She grabs a bottle. She grabs a bottle of whiskey, drinks, takes some, hands it to you. You're gonna need this.
Okay, I take
All right.
a big swig.
Killian's kind of half awake, half not. He says, "Have him drink some of this."
Pouring it down his throat.
She's like, "Put this in his mouth." She hands you a piece of leather wrapped up.
Oh God.
Puts it in his mouth. She takes off his belt and wraps it around his thigh real tight, and
Oh.
she pulls out the saw.
Oh yeah. I learned this in the Civil War.
As she's
my
sawing off his
God.
leg. Killian is
Killian takes a severe consequence.
What hoarse voice?
What was that? Drastic weight loss? What was that?
half gone.
Uneven
As
swimmer.
Killian, as the screaming goes into the night, daylight comes back up.
God.
The rain has stopped. It's not sunny necessarily, but it's not green. It's kind of like a gray. It feels like a nice day compared to everything else. It's not sunny though. It's gray and cold, but it's not raining. Even though the ground is soaked. You guys have been working through the night to get the wing out, and you finally got on the back of the flatbed. But it's really mucky and muddy where you guys are at right now. Getting it out up there is, you're gonna have to wait till it dries out. Where you're at though is surprisingly a flat. Hans comes up to you and says, "Yeah, this place is very nice. You know, it's good for maybe a plane to leave from. It's like very flat. You know, it's all of these cars. We take the cars out and we'd be able to fly right here. Just take off."
So you think we ought to bring the plane back here?
I just an idea. I don't. You do what you want, but I think no. I mean, yes, I agree. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes.
Okay.
How are we gonna get? They barely got one wing. How are we gonna get 3/4 of the plane down here?
Well, I will say that the wing folds back, so the plane is like one long thing, you know. So we just put it on the back, and it should be fine. It will hang off. There is no doubt. It will hang off the plane, but we use chains, and if we it has a cloaking device, you know, so people can't see it. It's just we just drive at night, and nobody knows what we're doing. It'll be fine.
Well, I
You
kind of
think
like
it'll
that
be?
idea.
You think it'll be easier to reattach this wing there or here?
I think I'm not a mechanic.
I think here, where there's actually tools.
Yeah, this is this is his garage space.
Right.
So like, I mean, if you're gonna repair it, this is it. It's kind of sucks that the barn is fucked and totally like ruined, but you know, with a little bit of time, you could figure it out. Where you're at.
Okay, so now we got to get this wing back off the flatbed, then go back to where the rest of the plane is.
So then the question is, do we have to worry about anybody else showing up here? Just
Hans,
because.
is there enough? Obviously, there was enough power and function for the propellers to get turned on. Is there enough power and function for the cloaking to be turned on for this one wing?
Oh, it's not how that works. It needs to be hooked into the main parts of the plane before the cloaking will work.
So then we do need to take the wing back to the plane and attach it to
Six of
cloak
one,
it.
half dozen of the other. You bring plane here, we bring wings there.
Well, we
but I
can't
mean, you
cloak
need
it without the whole thing
correct.
together, is what you're saying.
Yes. We'll say that is that Killian's farm or Killian's junkyard is way the fuck out there. I mean, there's like 2 farms between you and Nevada City.
Yeah.
So.
Killian's not dead.
Well,
Say
we can
again?
just go.
I'm saying Killian's not dead, but
Well, you don't know.
We can. I guess we
Yeah,
can
they
just.
don't know shit. Yeah,
this
that's
is a junkyard. Why don't we just
Covering junk.
put the wing artistically over in a junk pile and kind of cover it up with tarps and shit. And,
It's kind of what I'm
Call
thinking,
it
then
a day.
go haul the rest up.
call it a day.
So
well,
you-
it's muddy. We can't do much else today. We can get this fucking wing tucked
Okay.
away.
So you guys are gonna haul the rest of the plane back.
Yes,
All right,
but
cool.
we're gonna hide the wing first, obviously.
Yeah. So you hide the wing, and haul the rest of the plane back.
Hey, Hans, what are the odds that that's all the rats?
Low.
That's what I was afraid of.
But actually Hans spends some time. He jumps into the pit, and while you guys are talking and doing that, he has like some science goggles that he's wearing, and they have like
No, he
they do.
That's awesome.
They have like microscope or
They're like bright
different-
green. I hope.
Like in Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He's like putting different filters in and looking
Is
at.
it Ophitech or?
And he pulls out like a little scalpel kit, and he's taking samples and stuff and mixing them in liquid. And he says, "It looks."
It's my air compressor going there.
Is that the first time you've noticed it?
No, I've noticed
It's
it just happened.
It was a rat, not on another fried rat.
As he
somewhere.
looks at it, and he says, it looks like the one rat man who escaped. Yeah, he is mingling with the rat population, and they are evolving.
Great.
So the rest of these rats are very close to becoming like rat man.
That's fantastic.
He's the mark. He is wave 1 maybe. There are many more.
Wait, who got away? I thought we killed that fucker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said get away.
No, they are like
First generation.
Yeah, they're like locusts. You know, at first, if you see one, there'll be 5,000 more coming. Maybe more.
Great.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
No, it isn't.
No, eat rats. Snakes.
Huh?
I said, you know what eats rats? Snakes.
I don't know if snakes would eat this one.
I'm just saying, I got some snake juju in my family.
You got any snake juju to handle that thing right there? Or a whole lot more of them?
Maybe.
Well, that'd be good to have on hand. So, alright, well, I don't really have any better options, so.
So, what do you guys do? Do you guys go grab the rest of the
Yeah, cosmetically, like, hide the thing
Yeah.
and go back and get the rest of the plane. The whole time afraid that somebody else is just going to show up. And,
Sure. So you guys go up, you get there and get the plane. It's daytime. You don't run into any issues. You're able to get the plane. It takes you all day though to get the thing on there. I mean, this thing's a huge plane. You load it on the back of the truck Hans takes you inside the actual cabin of the plane, and you notice him go to his lab table, and he pulls out a book, and he starts taking some notes and putting some things as you guys are working. Make me a notice check.
All of us
No, you're working on trying to get the plane actually on the truck. You're actually doing work.
This was the next day, right?
No, this is the same. Yes, this is the next day. You're in the Elks Lodge with Chantilly.
That's all that needs to be said.
You guys, you guys went through all of that. You passed out. She passed out on the couch next to you, and you're on this leather chair with a bottle of whiskey in your hand. She's like in a little blanket. Put a blanket over her. You're a complete
I put
gentleman.
my jacket on her. There's no blanket.
Yeah. She cuddles.
She's like, this smells like rat.
She cuddles up with
It
it.
smells like Alice.
Spend a fate
She's
point
allergic to
for unconventional genius and re-roll.
Sure. Sounds good.
That was
Oh, you think that he is writing something important. Too bad it's in German.
+3. That's my notice now.
Okay, so pulls out a folder that has what's it called? What's the eagle? It's called Iron Eagle.
Iron Eagle.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, the actual name of the Iron Eagle?
Looking.
I don't know what that is.
Just gagging.
You get
The
a
Nazi bird.
That's even. Crab pigeon.
I'm gonna search crowd pigeon and we're going to see what comes up.
okay. Write this word down. I can't pronounce it. You notice this word, Betrieb.
Betrieb.
SRU with an umlaut, CK, umlaut
What
or
are you
two.
writing down? You don't know this shit.
So, right what I want.
All right,
Yeah,
CK.
this player
Sorry.
can know it though.
Okay.
It's fine.
GEWINNUNG.
I like knowing things as a player, and then you know your character can't know it. That's fun.
BETRIEBSRU with the umlaut.
CK.
GCK.
No, UCK.
Oh, UCK.
GEWINNUNG.
It's in German.
Fucking A.
CKGE.
CKGEWINNUNG. Betriebsrückgewinn. Betriebsrückgewinnung.
Is
I don't know how it is.
like some kind of
Betriebsrück-
vehicle or something.
Betriebsrückgewinnung. Betriebsrückgewinnung. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you could look at it in Google right now. It'll pronounce it for you. Here, I'll do it like this. This is how I should have done it, so you could have heard it. You notice that, and it has the eagle on it, and then it has red writing over it, but you can't make out what the red writing says.
It's in German.
Yeah, because it's in German, and he's putting in there. He notices that you're looking closely, and you notice him be kind of a little guarded with it, but he doesn't try to hide it away from you. It's like, yeah, there's lots of notes. Oh shit. I didn't mean to disconnect from that. There we go. I meant to turn on my airplane mode so I could search this bird for you guys so you could hear it. Do pronunciation. So anyways, okay. Let's do it like this. Translation.
Crab pigeon, right?
Streets und uns and Slogden is a yellow giant.
One more time.
Betriebsrückgewinnung.
Betriebsrückgewinnung.
Rückgewinnung.
Betriebsrückgewinnung.
Betriebsrückgewinnung.
Here's a Google search for rat king.
Betriebsrückgewinnung.
All right. So as you guys get getting the plane back, and the last scene before we end this episode is the boy who got away, who ran back, that was with you.
Robbie.
No, Robbie is the kid that we dropped off.
Yeah, he ends up at Robbie's house. We'll say this kid's Daniel.
Okay.
Daniel ends back up at Robbie's house, and he says, "Our plan went awry. I think Killian's dead." "Well, what do you mean it went awry?" Bobby says. He's like, "It's the sheriff. Sheriff and those damn heroes."
I'm gonna wear my sheriff badge next time.
That's it.
That was like the cutaway scene. That's great.
Okay. Good game, guys.